This is a message to all my supporters of this podcast. I'm introducing a new supporters program. You can contribute a small amount as a one-off payment to show your love for this podcast. Thank you in advance for all your contributions.
This is the Absolute Business Mindset podcast, created and hosted by Mark Hayward. I am a corporate employee with an entrepreneurial mindset. This podcast will help and support you with new ideas about business. These are my thoughts, ideas, and comments. Today, I'm going to talk about the new and improved to-do list. I call it the to-do list on steroids. Hi everyone, Mark Hayward from the Absolute Business Mindset podcast here. Today I'm going to talk to you about the to-do list on steroids. So this was actually something that was provided to me by my mentor some time ago, and I've been practicing it for a number of years, which I found incredibly useful when you're trying to organise your day and trying to organise your to-do list. So let's just start first of all about the to-do list. So most people will be familiar with it. It's your plan of action of what you need to do in the next day or a couple of days. Lots of people use a to-do list because they need to be reminded of things that they need to do, and when and how and what is needed to be done. So traditionally, I find people write out a long to-do list, and it might total 10, 20, even 30 items that need to be done. And they work through on a basis of what they think needs to be done, or what they're being prioritised, or what they're being pressured to do within the time frame that they've been given. This new technique is really beneficial and is able to prioritise your day a lot better. So I'm going to use a quote from Brian Tracy, Eat That Frog. So Eat That Frog is a book that he wrote where he said essentially, there is a lot more detail, but essentially is that you need to be able to prioritize your hardest task first, and you do that until it's completed. Now, I think this is incredibly useful technique and tactic that you can use in your day, because if you prioritize your quick wins, your easy, your low-lying fruit, it equally can be quite disruptive for the rest of your day, because sometimes they take longer than you thought, and if you needed to do big, long tasks, it can delay it, or it can cause you more problems later on in the day. So I would always advise you to do the hardest and most important tasks first, and that should prioritize your day and make your day easier. But back to this to-do list. So as I said, it was given to me by my mentor, which I've been practicing for quite some time, which I found incredibly helpful to plan my day. So this is not like a to-do list which has 20, 30 items that need to be done whenever they need to be done. This is the best way of being able to prioritize your day, because I think you only can make the most of your day if you prioritize what needs to be done in that day. So it's split between three different topics within the to-do list. So there's the must-dos, the should-dos, and the hope-to-dos. So what you do is the night before or the morning, if you get in early, you want to be able to put in your notebook or on OneNote, whatever you use to do your to-do list, your list, and you section that page into three sections: your must-to-dos, your should-to-dos, and your hope-to-dos. So let's talk about the must-to-dos. So as I said, with this Brian Tracy theory or tactic, you should put in the list of the things that you must do that day. Now this is, if you don't do these things on that day, you will die. You will have your throat cut. It is the most important things. There should only be 1, 2, 3 items that should be in that must to do, because some of them might be deep work, some of them might be quick tasks, some of them that are priorities because of deadlines that are coming. So you put those items in the must to do and you do them first. And there's lots of different techniques. You can use an app called Pomodoro, which is Italian for tomato. Not sure why they use Pomodoro, but essentially this is how to do deep work. You plan out, you put in half an hour maybe an hour. Hour's probably a little bit too long, but you put in an hour or 30 minutes and you start your task and you get the clock running. So essentially it's like a time clock, and it goes down from 30 minutes, and you do not move from your desk. You do not get bothered by other things, and they're the things that you must do, and you prioritize those things that you must do. Now, if you get through those must-to-dos, you then get onto the second sections, which is should do. So these are the things that you should be able to do that day. Now, obviously, if your must-to-dos takes longer than you're expected, or it takes, or there's interruptions that you can't control, and you've done your must-to-dos, then you go into your should-to-dos. Now, these can be, again, I would prioritise another 3 items that would be in your should-to-dos. And if you've done your must-to-dos and you work through your should-to-dos and you prioritise them, and again, you do deep work if you need to, or they might be quick tasks, but they things that you should be doing that day. And then the last one is hope to do. So these are the things, if you've done everything else, or you've been delayed with something waiting from somebody else, because you haven't got what you need to be able to do your must-to-do or your should-to-dos, then you should be doing your hope-to-dos. Now, what you'll find is sometimes, so your first day, let's just take a scenario. Your first day, you do all your 3 must-to-dos and you don't finish your should-to-dos. That should still not impact deadlines or priorities that you've made, because you've done the most important things, the pressing deadlines in those first 2 topics, first 2 to-do bits. And the last one is your hope-to-dos. Now, what I find is spending some time the night before or in the morning before everyone else gets in. If you can prioritise that every day, you find you're more efficient, you're better at delivering, and it is incredibly useful to be able to do that, because you won't get sidetracked by other things. You'll be able to tell people, what do I need to do? It's some of these examples you might be like, you need some guidance on what you need to do or what you should be doing. So what you'll find is if you split your day into these 3 topics, then the next day you might find that your hope to do's then get promoted to a should to do or a must to do. So it's incredibly important to be doing that every single day, and then you'll be efficient, you'll be brilliant at your job, because you'll be delivering things on deadline, on time frames, and you won't have any problems with other people questioning what you're doing. You can then show to anyone that questions your priorities or what you're doing, you can say, these are the things that I've done, these are the things that I'm going to do, and these are the things I hope to do. So I think I really believe this is the to-do list with steroids. So everyone, I really would enjoy your feedback. Please do. You can email me on absolutebussinessmindset@gmail.com. If you've got any comments, any thoughts about this tool, this tactic that I've got for increasing your productivity and making you excellent at your job. It's a real difference between being productive and being busy. You will strip out that just busy stuff that is not important, and you will prioritize what must be done, what should be done, and what you hope to do. I really appreciate your time. Thank you very much, and enjoy your day.